Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another react to Wuthering Waves. Except this time, this one's going to be really special because it is for a special Xbox partner preview. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and you can probably guess what this preview is all about. They're not very descriptive in the title over here because we just recently had the full-on drip marketing for two very, very, very exciting new units, right? We've got Hiyuki over here, which is clearly one of the most sought-after units in Wuthering Waves history. You can just tell by the immense amount of engagement down here. And then we've got Denia, who's, you know, in a close, not really that close second place, but her drip only came out, you know, about like 12 hours ago. So you can probably guess what this trailer is going to be about. It's a very short and sweet 1 minute and 28 seconds, but don't worry, I'll be with you along the entire way to do every single little bit of dissection that we can, knowing that this is going to be an absolute banger. So without further ado, and all of that, let's just go ahead. Let's see what this one is all about. And of course, give our takes for everything that's going to be in this absolutely wonderful presentation. Nice little ESRB. Okay, Xbox sound.
No matter what we say, the choice still has to be yours.
Definitely getting some voice lines, I do believe, from the 3.3 actual quests. And as you're all probably familiar, right? 3.3 is supposed to be one of the bigger story quests that we've had in the history of the game. Or at least I'd hope, with all of the little lore teasers that they've been giving in these drip marketing specifically, right? Talking about your quest to save the one you hold dear. I think we all know that this is about our, you know, our daughter that's been kidnapped by that nasty Threnodian. Turn those captions off. We can understand English here.
Of the void. How far can memory type resonators go before its power consumes them?
How far can memory type resonators go before its power consumes them? I wonder who that is.
At worst, this anomaly might be tied to the power of the Threnodian, too. It seems they're already preparing their next phase.
I wonder who that is.
Even if what I choose ends up making things worse.
There's Sigrika.
Even then, it'll be okay. At least we've tried our best till the end and have no regrets.
Wait, did that just... They just made it sound like they failed over there.
Best till the end and have no regrets.
We tried our best till the end and have no regrets. I like how they're displaying the astronaut absolutely bodying us, like taking us to Suplex City over here. Like, Rover is getting his shit cooked. You got captions on? Honestly, maybe it's a good idea to put them back on, actually.
No rush. Go see it for yourself.
Okay.
We'll meet again.
Cluster cannon ready.
I think there's a reason... Okay, are they basically implying that Amith is going to stay dead over here? Wait, let's play that again. Because they're showing the Sigilla versus Amith fight.
Someday, we'll meet again.
Oh, no.
Cluster cannon ready.
Oh, no.
The savior rises.
I don't like the sound of that.
My scalpel etches your epitaph.
Straight to the stars.
Wait, they went from Amith's liberation to Luke's to Sigrika's. Whose is next? Oh, uh-oh.
Really?
Uh-oh, wait a second. That's Denia's ult? Look at what it says at the bottom. Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, her evil vampire form is real.
Really?
Go after it.
Well, we found her tacit mark. And, yeah, that looks like Hiyuki, ladies and gentlemen. She turns blue.
I'll handle the rest.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what this reminds me of? Just looking at this. You know that first Where Winds Meet boss that you have? It's like that crazy bitch, right? With the scythe. And then, like, in her third phase, she turns all icy and stuff. Yeah, like, this is literally... It's, like, literally that.
Go after it.
Holy moly. Okay. She does have a judgment cut, though she only does it one time. So that's what that showcase is looking like over here. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. No, it's kind of just the Xbox logo. So naturally, I feel like there's a lot that just got talked about over here, right? They focus a lot on the actual story that's going to be happening in 3.3. And from at least what I'm seeing, at least we tried our best till the end and have no regrets. No rush. Go see it for yourself. Yeah, someday we'll meet again. I think it's kind of clear what's at least one of the plot points that's going to happen in here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's pretty clear that we're going to end up with a bit of a situation regarding the saving of Vimeth, and maybe it'll actually end up with her still being out of the story by the end of 3.3. And maybe going like somewhere else. Maybe she goes on like a mission to go save another planet or something like that. But yeah, it sounds like another bit of heartbreak that we're gonna have over here. But moving beyond the lore and the story, obviously, right? We just got one of the biggest reveals ever, which is just the liberation animations of these two characters. So let's just go ahead. Let's save Hiyuki for last, just knowing that I know you're all a bit more hyped for her. Denia clearly looks like super fucking sad. I think that's maybe due to the fact that she's like a bit conflicted as like a character, knowing that she's, you know, you kind of should know by now, right? She's with Fraxidus, and you can kind of tell from the way that she's been talking about certain characters like Sigrika, right? I don't think she actually wants, I think she actually like cares for units like that. And I think she's going to start caring for the rest of the, if she doesn't already, the rest of the people at Star Torch Academy, right? So a lot of sadness here in the first frame. And why don't we just go ahead and see if we can slow it down a little bit. Yeah, see if we can slow it down a little bit.
Really?
So we kind of got like her extending, right? Some sort of energy over to the Thernodian. I mean, I'm assuming this is like the Thernodian version of her, because that shit just looks straight up evil. It has like the same red eyes that I do believe that will have it has like the same sort of like red eyes, right? That you see with like the evil Sigrika in the 3.2 quest. Use comma period to scrub frame by frame. Yeah, I don't think I need frame by frame. So, yeah, you can see that, like, the little dolls that are, like, on her headband are turning dark as well. I assume that they're going to be a big part of her kit. And then you just get covered, or really devoured, right? The screen literally gets devoured. I think that's pretty much confirmation over here that Denia is the Thernodian's Resonator, the siren that got talked about a lot in some of the previous quests. And I'm just noticing, right, that vibe, that aesthetic, this darkness, the kind of like void matter, all of that, it's present pretty much everywhere. So I would imagine that Denia maybe has like a transformation part of her kit, and her ultimate is how that transformation or sort of like enhanced state occurs. But I think the craziest thing about this, right, is that everybody looks mad. Everybody looks sad. Regular Denia looks upset. The Thernodian Denia, she's clearly, like, not happy as well. And then as you're kind of, like, going, right, and you end this frame, she doesn't look happy at the end either. This looks like this might be one of the most depressing units ever released in the history of the game, which seems to, like, you know, directly contradict how bright and happy she looks in the drip marketing and the splash art over here. Yeah. I feel like this unit has gotten way, way, way more interesting just from seeing this single animation. And you can see that you kind of got like the people like holding hands, a little void matter over here. And why don't we just switch it back to normal speed, actually? I kind of want to listen to the sounds.
Really?
Go after it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I don't think they're actually playing I don't think they're playing most of the sounds of the liberation. But yeah, that looks like regret. And I think this is going to paint the tale of how she potentially ends up leaving Fraxidus and, you know, getting on the side of the do-gooders, because this doesn't really look like a character that's very happy with the way that they turned out, at least in my opinion. Now, moving on, we got the big reveal over here. We got the Hiyuki liberation. Let's just play it again one more time.
Go after it.
So we kind of got the bell charm, and then she just cuts and slashes the fucking screen. So remember what I was talking about before where I said, man, they really got to go all out for the katana unit? If that doesn't look like a judgment cut to you, I know they kind of, you know, they're taking some creative liberties over here. But the whole, like, screen shattering thing, this looks like a blend of Virgil and Chuyan, at least, on her liberation. The first part being, naturally, right, this scene over here. Yeah, this is, I'm going to be honest. This is one of the most cinematic things I think we've ever had in the history of the game. And I do believe this is supposed to be her liberation animation.
I'll handle the rest.
And one thing that we should be paying really, really, really close attention to is the fact that she essentially has her base form over here that we're very, very, very familiar with, right? We've seen it a lot already. But then she's going to have this alternative form over here where, well, everything is like indigo, dark blue. So maybe this is essentially just a reveal that she's going to be a dual form unit of some kind. Not really sure how that's going to end up playing out in her kit, but you can clearly see that's what's going on over here. And I think the oddest part is that her color scheme completely changes. Notice how she's kind of like red on the dress and then just white for the top. And then her color scheme changes so that it's like white everywhere with like indigo undertones. So, yeah, I'm just going to be honest over. The red is like still in the frame as well. So this to me is like super interesting just in terms of the design. I wonder if the ultimate animation actually changes depending on when you actually cast it. Kind of similar to other units where, you know, Chang Li can have the blindfold on in her ultimate. Some people are also saying that this could be, well, multiple ultimate casts, right? Maybe that would explain why the form is switching. So I'm seeing over here that even at like the start of this animation, she's already in the purple form, right? And then she goes to red at the end of her liberation. So maybe that's how her kit is going to work. You're going to have like some sort of enhanced state that you can get into to unlock that sort of like purple form. And then from there, right, you go ahead, do all your damage, and then cap the liberation off with this version. So, yeah. I do think that she's a character that's, I think this is my personal take after seeing the entire thing. It seems a little bit... Part of me thinks that there's going to be a lot more when it comes to this animation. I feel like she's going to have at least like one other special ability, one other sort of like special cinematic move where you see how she turns purple in the first place, right? And then this is the move that sort of finishes it off. But I think they're, you know, doing their job over here and making sure that this is a lot more of a teaser as opposed to, you know, the whole goddamn thing. I think we're going to have to wait for Jeff Keighley, the Game Awards guy, for that full reveal. Because you already know for certain, if they've already sprung a bit of a leak and they're already showing us so much of this already, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more in the future. But I got to say overall, I don't think anyone actually saw Xbox being the one to break this news. And I'll be very excited moving forward to see what else is going to end up getting revealed in the future. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.